How y'all doing? Now I'm back here giving another video. So I'm gonna do something a little different today. We got a new camera for my wife to use to record herself doing crochet, and I figured to give it a test run, I would one give you all a very small tour of my office. It's not much to really tour. It's like a super small ass room. And two, I'm going to show you all the three things I did to uh, cat proof my office. If I haven't really mentioned this in any of my other videos, we actually have two cats. One's named Mocha and one's named Latte. And over the years, they have caused some problems in my office. And whenever I rearranged my office to make it easier to do like this recording stuff, uh, I immediately ran into issues that I had to resolve. One of them knocking one of my monitors clear off on the floor and almost breaking it. And then over the years, Latte, the Maine Coon, she's I don't know, probably chewed up like four or five cables that go from my monitor to my tower, and so I've probably spent almost like $100 alone just replacing those cables. But these solutions all together, I think, only costed maybe like I'm gonna get the number wrong because I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, like 60, $80 for like everything, maybe even less than that by the time that you see this. So that's what I'm gonna be showing you all today. Before we get started, if you've been enjoying my content, be sure to give me a like, subscribe, and with that, let me show you the goods, my office. Yeah, my office. So welcome to my office. Uh, what I'm gonna be showing you here is the three problems that I had with a little shit like this in here and how I solved them. So, as you may know, cats are ornery little shits and they like to knock shit off on the floor, either on purpose or by accident. Um, so I had to, early on when I started doing YouTube videos, I rearranged my office to make it so I could get better shots. And one of the very first things that happened was you'll notice there's a cat tower over here. So not this one, but there's another one out there. She leapt from that cat tower onto my desk here, and these monitors used to be on normal bases, not on arms. Well, she bumped right into this monitor and just knocked that bitch clear off on the floor. And I swear to God, I thought she broke it. But I managed to fix it, and this happened the morning after I rearranged my office. Excuse me. So one of the very first things I did was, well, I need to get something so that they can't knock these off on the floor again. And the solution that I got, description for all of these things I'm talking about will be in the links to all these things will be in the description, by the way. As you see, I have these nice little monitor arms now for my desk, for my monitors. When I initially thought of this, I was skeptical about it because I'd never actually got monitor arms before. And I kind of assumed they'd be expensive, but this thing, which it just all it literally does is just clamp onto the desk here like this after you assemble it. It was like I think it wasn't that much money. It was maybe like 30-ish bucks or something like that. You'll see the price on it whenever I link it, but it was super cheap and they work really well. You'll notice that you can tighten and loosen them in these little sections here. So all I did was these two right here are pretty stiff. This one right here, these two, I just made them just loose enough so that they're not like they don't go all over the place. But if you apply like just enough force, they'll move. So what happens now is if this little shit or the other one jump from here and bump into this, only thing that's going to happen now is just the monitor just moves a little. This kind of moves out of the way. This stops them from knocking shit off on the floor, like a fucking computer monitor. The only other thing I did to stop them from knocking stuff off on the floor is that you'll notice, for the most part, that everything on my desk is basically pushed up against the wall so that they can't actually knock it off on the floor. With the exception being that box there, which it's just there to dissuade them from getting to the actual like surge protector there. Next thing is I needed to stop them from chewing on the cords. because whole dear God, did they chew on cords. Not her, but the other one out there. She alone, I think, chewed through like 4 or 5 of my display cables for my monitor. So I should have done this a long time ago, but since I was moving the desk in a way that everything was basically exposed, I was like, well, now I have to protect these things. And so the solution I ended up on is I found this nice little kind of mesh guard that you just wrap the cable in. And this isn't very expensive. I think it was like $15, I think, for a couple of feet of it. And I think there's actually a bigger roll of it that I could have got to do everything at one go, but I ended up having to get a second smaller roll. But since I've had these on, they do not chew any of my cables whatsoever. I bought this like a long time ago. It's like a zipper guard. It kind of sucks though. This mesh stuff works way better. You just measure it out the way you need and you just cut it off. You'll notice that it's a little frayed at some parts, so they've been chewing on that sometimes, but it doesn't bother them from what I can tell, and they can chew on that all they want. I just don't want them to actually chew on my damn cables. This was probably, I should have got this shit a long time ago. It would have saved me like having to replace like $100 in cables over and over and over again. It's kind of just covering a lot of the important stuff like the monitor cables here and power cables. Can't cover everything over there. That shit's kind of a mess anyway, especially after now I've been like attaching like new cameras and mics and shit. That I need to clean that up really bad. So that was part of what I had to do to fix the cable issue. And the third one was, if you have cats, you know that for whatever reason they are amazingly attracted to things that just like dangle, like just off the floor. And my keyboard here is attached. The cable goes under the table and up to the back of the monitor, or the back of the tower. When I first attached it, it dangled kind of low off the floor, and they almost damn near yanked it off into the fucking floor like a couple days later. So luckily I remembered that about 2 or 3 months ago I had bought this like assorted pack of these little rubber cable guides you could stick to like a surface, like the underside of a desk or something. And I got it to do some of the cable management in my wife's office, but these work. It worked really well for here too. So I'm gonna see if I can get under here to show you that it's let me see. You should be able to see it right there. It's kind of dark. It's like a little small thing. I think that whole pack there was about 20 or 30 pieces, something like that. It was maybe like $15-$20. I don't remember the exact price of it now. But those have worked like a godsend. It lifted the cable just enough off the floor that they don't really want to mess with it. But it still has enough room to move in and out as I like pull the keyboard desk in and out, back and out. I think that's all I really wanted to show you all. Those are the 3 things I really did to prevent any more future damage to my office at this point from, Mocha here. That's Mocha, by the way. Hi, Mocha. Mocha, are you a city baby? Yeah. The other one that's out here is Latte. If you're wondering why they're in separate rooms, we had a little incident about a month back now where they kind of got into, I guess, a fight is the best way to put it. And I had to separate them, and they just don't really want anything to do with each other right now. And we're trying to figure out how to deal with that as best we can right now. But that's another entirely different issue altogether. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you all for this portion of this. And now back to my ass sitting in my table. So there y'all go. That was my little office tour, and you got to see one of my little shits. Couldn't show you the other one because I don't want them to try to murder each other. If you have any questions about some things I did to set up my office this way, just be sure to leave me a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer. If you liked the video, if this gave you any ideas on how to cath or just pet proof your office in general, be sure to like the video, subscribe, maybe leave me some comments down below if you have any other suggestions about how other things I could do to help cat proof my office. I would damn sure appreciate it. With that, y'all come on back now and I'll see you next time.